Hi guys, this video is about the importance of the Archer Queen on defense. Now, I'm not going to say this lightly, but she is the most important defense on defense. And the reason is, she deals out a whopping couple hundred DPS depending on her level, anywhere from like 100 to 400. And it's a lot of damage. It's a lot more than anything else that's done. Only air defenses deal out more, but they only hit air. Now, what makes the Queen also so important is that defense targeting troops don't target her, which means that hogs and loons will just straight ignore her until the end of the raid, and even then they'll attack things that are in front of her. And so what will happen is she'll just pick them off throughout the raid until they leave her area. She will destroy them through heals, she will blow them to pieces, and she will be dishing out a massive amount of damage. And so for that reason, most players in most attack strategies like Golaloon and Goho that are 3-star strategies, they find some way to destroy the Queen. Now, taking that into consideration, you can't stop it. You can make it hard. You can make it hard for them to do it. The goal is to make the cost to destroy the Queen as high as possible. The closer to the center you make the Queen, the higher those costs are going to be. Unless if you put her dead center, they can come from any direction. And then because you can't predict what direction they're going to come from, they have all sorts of free reign on how they want to do their attack strategy. If I had the Queen right here where the clan castle is, the attacker could come from down here by the town hall. They could come using this elixir storage compartment. They could come over there. I wouldn't be able to put storages correctly. I wouldn't know where to put the traps. By putting the Queen a little bit to the side of the center, what you're doing is, I'm not going to put any traps over here because the golem composition that's going to kill her is going to hit those traps and they're going to be a waste. I want those traps at the loons and the hounds or the hogs or whatever executioner style unit is being used to take out the rest of the base after the Queen is killed. So you do want it a little bit to the side, so that way you can have predictable directions of attack. And what that means is these predictable directions of attack, I'm going to load them up with storages. I'm going to slow things down. I'm going to get their heroes stuck on those storages. And I'm going to position the Queen so that they have to use a jump spell to get to her. That's nice because if I had her a little bit too far out, they wouldn't have to use a jump spell, and they could use that extra spell for their execution phase of the attack. So she's in this back corner of this compartment, and she has room to walk forward and shoot things. And what that means is that there's a good chance she's going to stay in this compartment when they do their attack and they come forward. If the attack comes from this compartment right here, where this archer tower is, let me get my epic pin right in there. Oh, that's huge. Erase, undo. If the attacker comes into that compartment right there, she'll step into this compartment. But in order to get into that compartment, they have to go through this compartment. So they're going to have to use a jump spell right here or really well placed wall breakers. It's adding another level to their attack. And that's the idea. And there's also a king here to add another level of issues. So that's the value of the Queen. Putting dead zones in front of her is a great idea. Putting storages in front of her where they're going to attack is a great idea. Putting her away from air defenses is a great idea, because in a Golaloon attack, the attacker's going to want to try and get as many air defenses while getting to the Queen with the golem composition. If the ground portion can make the air portion easier by destroying air defenses, it's a big win. So I hope this helps, and thank you very much. Oh, one more thing. Putting cannons around the Queen is a great idea, and putting archer towers on the other side is a great idea as well, because the golem composition is very likely going to get to the archer Queen. People don't really use dragons very often to get to the archer Queen, so you only really... It's something to take into consideration. They could kill the archer Queen with dragons, but it's not common at all. Very few people even know about it. So just putting cannons to guard the archer Queen is efficient, because then archer towers can help on the backside against loons, hounds, and other air things that cannons wouldn't be able to. Hope this helps.